Okay, so the really first line, which is a guideline, and after the guideline, even here, after the guideline, even here, the camera measurement. So after then your up shoulder and up shoulder, we know I will start here from verse 6. So the bust I am not 10, under bust 14, the waist in front of 17. So yeah, I didn't think 23. So then the way shape it and no. Let me pick it now. Currently, my pick is 25 over the month. So to get a straight line, I'm going to mark another line for front. So 10, 14, which is under bust, 17, which is waist, 23, which is the length, and then 2 inches as for hem. That was it. After you will mark a line through. So I'm marking the lines through to get it. For you not to forget about the lines, it's better you can name it. So this one becomes the bust, this one becomes the under bust, this one becomes the waist or upper waist, this one becomes the hip, and then this one becomes the hem. Okay, and this one becomes over bust or across front. So this is how we go about it. The next thing, before I you mark it and your end in hand crown, we need the dot line, and nipple to nipple is 4, which is 8 inches. Nipple to nipple is 8 inches plus 1 is 4. Then we're going to add half because we are going to cut and then do the joining again. So half inches. I add half inches to make it 4.5 instead of 4. So after I finish, it will be 8 inches. So this one helps me to get the that position where that's supposed to be exact. Let me check here. I think I'll get it wrong over here. So let me read that. So if I come here, I'm using 2 inches for the dart intervals, which is the dart intake. So 2 inches. So 1 inch is here, 1 inch is here. I'm using this method, and I'm not using the half here, and then the rest goes here. When I come to the top here, I'm going to use 1.5. So 3/4 here, 3/4 here, making it 1.5. Right. So from here, which is from the downside here to this side here, I'm going to I'm going to connect it to this side, but this particular dot I'm going to use the nylon at the hip dot. So it's going to be, let's say, just half inches here, half inches here, or it will going to be close. So it is going to be something like this, so that we can get the hip to be wide. You get it? We want more space to be at the hip side, so that it can be wider than the actual hip. Then at this level, we corner it here to this part. Then we corner it here. Sorry. We corner it here to this part. It's supposed to be ending around 1 inches to half inches to the bust line. So that's where it's supposed to join. Then it also gets backs here. It also opens here. You get it. So here I use 1.5 inches for the intervals. Here I use 1 inches, 2 inches for the intervals, which is the dart intake. Then, excuse me. My next stage is about going to do the shaping, or going to do the marking of the shaping, and start from here. So the across front is 13, and 13 is 3.5, 6.5. So I will include the dart because this one we are going to cut it off. This one we are going to cut it off. So. Sorry, I'm supposed to land this one here. So as we are going to cut this one off, after we cut it off, you will sew from here to here. So my dart is 2.5. So I will add 2.5 to it. Then another half inches for the seam, and it will be somewhere here. So I can do my shaping. Starting from here, I can start doing some small shaping over here, so that they can enter the armhole. The bust is 40, and 40 gives me 10. 10 plus 1 inch is that, because here, when we are not cutting any dart here, we are going to, and we cut it into 2 pieces, we are going to sew it with 1 inches. So 1 inch is that for that part, and then 2 inches for my allowance. when we come here, I'm not going to measure the underbust, but I'm going to do the upper waist, and then the upper waist measurement is 34. So for the 34, it's going to give me 8.5. Then I'll check the intervals between here. So we will cut this one off, and our sewing will be somewhere here, which is half inches after the cutting, and it's going to be 2.5. So I'll add 2.5 to this one before I add 2 inches as my allowance. Okay, so we get this one here, we get this one here. This is the main marking after the dots, and then this is the allowance, which is the 2 inches. When we get to the hip side, you know, the hip, because of the shaping of the fabric, we are going to add something extra to the hip, and the hip is 44. So 44 is going to give me 11 inches. Then I'll cut here, and drain. So after the draining, it will be somewhere here, which is 1.5. So I'll add 1.5 here. Then my shaping, you know, the downside, which is hip part, it is wider than the hip, so I'm going to add extra 1 inches for the shaping, which is for the loose, or for the ease, or for the loose 1 inches before I add my 2 inches allowance. So the hip side is hip divided by 4 plus that, plus allowance, plus loose. How loose do you want this hip supposed to be as seen in the picture or the video? So I'll connect this one to this, because here is the point. Then this one to this part until it touches the upper wrist. So this is how it's going to be. So let us do the cutting of it. Okay, now let's do the back side of it. Most of the times when you do the cutting, the back side starts from the armhole level, where your armhole is. That's where the back side is supposed to start from. And whether you lace with eyelet, or you will not do it lace with, whether you're going to use zip, you decide. So if you're going to use the zip, you leave zip allowance. If you're going to use eyelet, you decide. You can decide to leave some small space from the back, from the front one, and then do the cutting. One most important thing at the back side is that it's supposed to match the armhole level. You are not going to do the same that's at the back side. So let's continue on doing the back side here. I'll mark the dart position, because I'll get it somewhere here, and I'll get it somewhere here, middle of the front dart. Then I'll mark the shaping to be the same, the down shaping to be the same as the front. Even I can decide to mark the same shaping here. Most of the times I don't like using the front side to cut the back side when I'm cutting something like corsets, because the dart is different, and so far as the dart is different, after the end of the cutting or the sewing, we are going to get different shape. You get it? Because when I sew this dart, which is the front dart, after the sewing, and I sew the dart, which is a different dart, still even though I trace the front with the back one, it's not going to be the same, because have different darts, so different measurement for that. I just put it on to get it easier shaping at this level. So after the cutting of the dart, after the sewing of the dart, and with the front one and then the back one as well, I will be doing shaping or trimming to make sure that the side seam look the same. So this is how I'm going to do the back side. You see, this is how I'm going to do the dart at the back side. And as I place it here, this is the waistline, and I need the waistline badly to make sure that my dart intake take place at the waist side. Okay, so as this one is the back, the dart is not going to be much at the top level, and I'm going to mark 1 inch as intake, so half inches for this side, half inches for the other side. Connect it to the upper part of the dress. I can let it drain that position line, then do same for the downside here, or I can decide to mark the bust level of the front and then drain this one to the bust level of the front, and here just cut it together. Anyway, okay, so now I'm cutting off my dart, and you know, at the first one, which is the front one that we did the cutting, the intake, which I'm talking about the intake, where the bigger intake took place at the underbust. So you can see at the underbust that the intake took place, but for the back side the intake took place at the waist level, not at the underbust, because when you do it that way we are going to have a pop-up at the back side.